Okay, here we are. I'm back at Buck Hill Management Area. Last time here was last week, and I bailed. I'm gonna do a second attempt. So it's a little bit drizzly out right now, freezing rain. Looks like I'm the only tire tracks here right now. The big gate is open, so I don't know what's going on there. There are some other tracks that go in and out of there. Snowmobile tracks as well. This time I have my snowshoes with me. I am not wearing my micro spikes at the moment because this is pretty crunchy stuff, pretty grippy. So I'm gonna get going. Doing a second attempt. First attempt was a bust. It's a bad day all around for me. Today's looking a little better. Actually, it's looking a lot better so far. We do have a big storm coming in tomorrow night, so this is just going to be a quick overnight. I did mention my water. I'm carrying 3 liters of water with me because I'm unsure whether the water is going to be frozen over where I'm headed. It's kind of a steep, rocky descent to get to the water. There's a big lake, and I don't want to slip and fall. I'm trying to go get water, and I'm afraid that the water might be iced over, and yeah, so I'm just carrying it with me now. It's not really that long of a trip from where I'm at. I'm headed to the Douglas Shelter. It's a little bit of a road walk right here in the very beginning, and then it ducks into the woods, and that's when I'm gonna have to probably put my snowshoes on. I got a Solo. It's inside that black bag on the side of my pack. Figured I might just try it tonight. I don't know about the ground conditions, but I'll give it a shot and see what we got. Alright, well, I'm coming to the end of the road. For me, I'm going to step off of it, and this is where I start heading into the woods. Oh, it's packed down really good. Holy cow. Okay. Well, yeah, it's like freezing rain right now. A little bit of a sink there, so I think I'm going to put the shoes on here, and I'm going to find a spot up ahead where I can sit down. So this is the trail. Those are my tracks from the last time I was down here, which was last week. Doesn't look like anyone else has been in here, and yeah, I can if I stay on my old tracks, it's not that bad. Ooh, yeah, it's a little tight in here. Oh, then we get up here, and yeah, now we're going to have to get the snowshoes on. Alright, snowshoes are on. There they are down there. We're going to keep on trugging along here. It's been a while since I've used these. Actually, I've never used these particular ones. Ooh, fresh deer tracks. He was probably just standing there watching me put these things on. Like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, really, really fresh tracks. Yeah, he probably just ran right through here. Pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna keep forging on. Oh yeah, there's a T-spot. Yep. Very cool. Yeah, he's following my trail from last week. I don't blame him. Alright, I've been making great time compared to last week. Holy cow. What took me about 20 minutes just now, it took me over an hour when I was going through here without any snowshoes on. So it's been a big difference. I'm really, really happy about it. It's my first time using these particular snowshoes. They're pretty comfortable. They're doing a pretty good job. I have quite a bit of extra weight, so maybe one size bigger would maybe be good for these, for me at least. If I didn't have my pack on, I think they would be great. But we'll see if I come across any virgin ground that, you know, how they hold up for me. So, all right, it's drizzling. It's quiet. It's pretty. I like it. All right. Well, I was wrong again. This is where I turned around. This is where the tracks stop. So nobody's been that way in the past week. There's the end of my tracks. Oops. Let's see if we can get this down here. So that's the end of my tracks and where I turned around last week. So yeah, all right. Onward we go. Well, I just came to my first road. I think there might be one more road crossing, but this is the road. It goes up that way, then it goes way down that way. I believe it's called Star Road, but my trail goes that way. You see it? Yep, that's the way I'm going. All right. Well, that's happened, and because that happened, the whole frame started sliding that way, and then this came apart here and on the other side. So the front half of my snowshoe was just flopping around. I'm going to see if I can go a little bit further on it like this, and then I may have some paracord with me, I'm hoping, and I'm going to see if I can't maybe try to fix this so it doesn't happen on my way back. But luckily I have been packing down the snow really well, and it would be easier going back, I think, than it was last week. Okay. Well, I just stepped out on the woods onto the next trail, and there's been a snowmobile that's gone through here. It's going to make, hopefully if it goes all the way, it's going to make this part go pretty quickly and a lot more easily. Struggling a little bit back there because one of my snowshoes keeps coming undone. Well, keeps folding in half on me. They're old, and if I want to continue using them, I'm going to have to get some new ones. But it's been really kind of like freezing rain, kind of misty out, and I'm actually, the top half of me is kind of wet. You know, the thighs of my pants, the front of my pants are wet. So I'm looking forward just to getting to camp and getting this hung up inside and dried out, putting on a pair of my my leggings. That'll be what I usually sleep in tonight, but they're nice and dry in the back. I was going to wear my Frog Togs raincoat, but I just get so hot in that thing. So we'll see. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake. But all right, we're going to continue on. 78 miles south. Been there. Well, I've been on that section before. Oh, somebody else has walked through here. Oh, hey, somebody else is on the north-south trail. Very cool. All right, Walloon Lake Park, 2.1 miles. All right, 92 miles to New Hampshire. All right, so now we're going to be following the yellow triangles. I see one on a tree up that way. All right, cool. This is the way I came from. Look off to the side here. Stone wall. It keeps going all the way down. I think there's an intersection up there and the site of another like homestead. But there's also stone walls on this side too. Oh, so cool. Well, I was walking along, and this is the Mid-State Trail, and I happened to look up at one point as I was watching my steps, and here's the marker for the Mid-State Trail, that yellow triangle on the tree. From a distance, I really thought it was a caution for Bigfoot crossing. But no, it's a hiker. Yep. I thought it was for a Bigfoot crossing. All right. Here. Alright. Alright, trying a new recipe out. I'm actually trying to do a little cooking here. Let's see how it goes. Trying to rehydrate a little bit of jerky. Some green beans that I dehydrated and some corn that I dehydrated. And then I'll mix some mashed potatoes. Let's see how that goes. Just waking up. I'm gonna make myself some coffee. I'm gonna get packed up and start heading out. Got my phone charging right now, and I'm gonna charge up my Garmin too. I'm back out. All right, I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Some water get started right now. I did put some water in the snow last night, so hopefully that's not frozen. I did have an Nalgene where I heated up water. Kept that in my bag last night. So yeah, I'm gonna make myself some coffee here in a bit. I'll be laying in my hammock. Yep, toasty, warm, and comfy. The tarp doors down last night. Tossed and turned a lot last night. I woke up a whole bunch of times. I don't know why. But it was really toasty warm. And I woke up to this beautiful view out here underneath the tarp. So it wasn't really cold, so I didn't drop the tarp down very far. So yeah. I'm gonna make some coffee and check back in a little bit. Drying my socks down there. A new hammock organizer. We'll hold a water bottle in the middle there. My Garmin's charging, a little lantern, and my still wet gloves. Oh yes, I've seen them do this. Coffee in bed. That is pretty nice. Cheers. Well, I just got packed up. I'm going to be heading out now. My site's all clean. This is where I hung my hammock last night. At a nice little spot here. So I had a company last night. His name was Peter. He was a very nice guy. Yeah, we sat around. He hauled up store-bought firewood. I don't know, some 2 miles or something like that. So that he could have a fire last night. He wasn't expecting anyone else to be here. I wasn't expecting anyone else to be here. Yeah, so we hung around last night and chatted, and it was nice company. We mostly talked about hiking and backpacking and gear and things like that. So yeah, he set up his tent out here in the area, and in the middle of the night, I don't know what time it was. It was after dark. After I went to bed, I heard snowmobiles off in the distance, and I was like, oh no, I hope they don't come ripping through here, because he was set up kind of right near where these snowmobile tracks were. So, but all was fine. Nobody came through here last night, and yeah, it was all quiet, except for a dog from really far away, and there was an owl that was making a little bit of noise, but not much. All right, well, we're going to start heading back right now. I'm walking back the same way I came, and the ground is really packed down. I am on following the snowmobile tracks that were here yesterday. They were fresh yesterday, and I can see my tracks in the snowshoes I was wearing, which I'm not wearing right now because this is packed down really good. So my strides are longer, and the ground is pretty hard. So I'm actually moving a little faster. It's kind of nice compared to yesterday, or even last week. It was crazy. Talk about some of my gear that I used this weekend. I had my hammock. It's an Eno Jungle Nest. It's a little bit short, but I can still get pretty comfy in it. I'm not like super tall, so I think one that was another foot longer would be probably ideal for me. But I'm not complaining with what I've got. I'm really happy with what I have. My tarp, at one point I said it was a one wind. It is not a one wind. I have a snakeskin that is a one wind that I use over the tarp. The tarp is actually Travel Bird. It's a brand that I found on Amazon, and It's a heavy tarp, but it's big. It's got doors. It's got a reflective coating on the inside, so it stays pretty dark in there. Whew, found a soft spot. And I'm going by some water here on the ground, so just want to watch my step a little bit. Here we go. So that was part of my sleep system. I used a Sea to Summit sleeping bag liner, which I've never used before. I think it was the Extreme. Yeah, I was just like super toasty warm last night. My mummy bag I was wearing or sleeping in is an LL Bean 0 degree down bag. It's huge. It takes up a ton of volume, and it weighs a lot. Holy cow, it weighs a whole lot. I'm used to my down under quilt, or my down quilt, which is like, weighs nothing compared to this. And then I also used a pillow for the first time by Cocoon, and I don't know how I feel about a pillow in the hammock. I think I'm pretty comfortable without one in the hammock. So, you know, we'll see. I'll try it again, see how it goes. If not, I know a couple of women that would love to have it, I'm sure, when they're out camping. Namely my wife, one of my stepdaughters. Yeah, I'll go over some more gear in a little bit. Here we are, southern terminus of the Mid-State Trail, northern terminus of the North-South Trail. Been here a few times now. I really like it. So yesterday I came this way and I was wearing my snowshoes. You can see my tracks. I went up that way. I don't know if you can see how deep my foot is in there, but with snowshoes my foot sunk down that far, and right now I'm at like ankle deep, maybe a little bit more than ankle deep. But if I stay on those tracks, the ground is packed down pretty good, and I don't need the snowshoes. It was drizzling yesterday while I was moving, and it up, not getting really cold, but it was like in the mid or upper 20s last night. But now everything is kind of frozen up pretty good, and packed down really well. So making my way back has been easier so far, and hopefully it stays like that. So last night I tried my MSR Wind Pro, and it was below freezing. When it started, and holy cow, I turned that canister over and it just roared to life. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I was really impressed with it. Even the guy that was there, he was, holy cow, I can't believe how powerful that is. And then you could actually cook with that, and I did. I tried a little recipe last night. I dehydrated some corn and some beans, some green beans. I brought some instant mashed potatoes, and I also had some beef jerky. So I added water to the pot. I put the jerky in. I shredded it up a little bit and put it in. I kind of got it up to a simmer and let it simmer for a few minutes, and then I added the vegetables, and I waited until those were hydrated. Added the mashed potatoes, and consistency wise it was great. I didn't like the flavoring of the jerky. It was just plain, original flavor jerky, but it was really sweet. I didn't really care for it last night. That combination, I should say, all mixed together, I didn't really care for it. I think it would have been better with rice and some soy sauce to kind of offset the sweetness from the jerky. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try that one again, but with rice and maybe one of those little soy sauce packets. Let's see how that goes. That'll be my next little thing I try. Ooh, deep spot. I missed my my previous snowshoe spot. Went down up to my shin. All right. Oh, yeah. So that was pretty good. And another nice thing I did that I've seen Seth from New England Trails, I think that's his YouTube channel. He heats up his water and puts an Nalgene in his boots in the morning before he puts them on. I tried that this morning. Wow, that's a big difference. Holy cow. That was really, really nice to do that. They were warmed up, well, I shouldn't say they weren't hot, but they weren't cold either. It was really, really nice. I was just putting my foot on that this morning. Yeah, I was a little leery, but thank you, Seth. That was awesome. All right, that's all that I got for right now. I'll talk to you soon. All right, well, I'm near the end of this trip. It was much faster coming back. I didn't have to use my snowshoes. That was pretty nice. Yeah. All the gear seemed to work pretty well. This is the REI Flash 55 bag, and I will say I do like the water pockets. That's pretty nice. We'll see how it looks when I get up here. I had to go through a little bit of thick stuff. So, Hopefully nothing's ripped or torn, but like I said, I'll find out once I get out to my car. I still have a little bit of ways to go, but it's mostly just going to be this kind of noise until I get there. So, all right. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Once again, this is Buck Hill Management Area. It's really pretty here. There's several different trails. You can actually get to the north-south trail from here. There's like a connector trail that goes to it. It's pretty neat. I recommend getting out and exploring for yourself. So many great places to see. All right, have a great day.